Hey ladies and gentlemen, Stephen here from the Redolessence channel, and I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. And today it's my pleasure to be sharing with you guys my thoughts on the newest release by the company Juliette Has a Gun, and this one is called Moscow Mule, so stay tuned. This fragrance was released in 2018, and it obviously shares its name with a very popular cocktail. So the cocktail contains notes of ginger and vodka and lemon, and that's pretty much what you get in here as well. Now, before I formally start the review, I do want to mention that this bottle was sent to me for review by the generous folks over at Euro Parfum. Thank you so much for that. I will be leaving links down below if you're interested in sampling it or checking it out. And I also want to disclose that because if you feel as though I cannot remain impartial during the filming of this video, you are free to click away. I will not be offended. Now, with this fragrance in particular, I think it's great for the summertime. In terms of the timing of its release, I think they hit the nail right on the head, and I'm very happy and I'm super looking forward to wearing this one. Now, I don't drink vodka. Vodka doesn't do well with me, and so I probably wouldn't consume the alcoholic spirit after which it's named, but a Moscow Mule, I do have the book here in front of me, so I'm going to be reading some of the notes that are contained therein. I think this is pretty cool, actually. So it has ginger, and they actually picked a ginger model to represent this ad campaign, so I thought that that was pretty cool. Ginger, lime, bergamot, apple essence, extreme amber, sandalwood essence, isoe super, ambroxan, which is used in one of their other fragrances, not a perfume. That's the sole note in that fragrance. Umbretolite and norlimbinol. So I do have experience with some of those synthetic molecules that I named towards the bottom there. I have a good friend who lives out in California who was kind enough to send me a bunch of those, so thank you so much. You know who you are. But in this fragrance in particular, I do get that. This is a very transparent note breakdown. Everything that's listed in there, I totally pick up on. The only thing that I would add is it also has a musky base as well as a musky opening. So right when it opens up, it has this musky quality about it, but it's musky in a clean way. I'm excited to tell you what I think of the smell and to go into a little bit more detail, but let's start things up with the presentation. So the presentation for this one is really interesting. This is Eau de Parfum, which just has the name of the fragrance here. This is actually a sleeve, and it wraps around the foam box that the fragrance comes in. So you have all your information there. I'm going to go ahead and put that down. And then it comes in this foam box. It opens up just like that. You have the silhouette of the bottle inside. Pretty cool. And as far as the bottle itself is concerned, you have this really cool blend from white to clear. And then you also have the copper accents, both on the cap and on the text. And that's because a Moscow Mule is traditionally served in a copper cup. The distribution of the atomizer here is fantastic. It's one of those fragrances where you can actually control how much you want to spray. And let's go ahead and continue with the smell. Now, as soon as this fragrance opens up, you are going to get pretty much what I said earlier on in this review. You are going to get those musky notes. You are going to get the isoe super and the ambroxan. It's a pretty transparent note breakdown, and I think it creates an overall presence in the fragrance that makes it so suitable for the summertime. The only notes that I really don't pick up on are the apple and the sandalwood. So sandalwood is creamy, but it has a sweet presence about it too, and apple can give fragrances kind of a fruity olfactory profile. I don't really get that in this scent. This scent opens up musky and it dries down musky. It's very full. It's almost so musky that it's kind of powdery as well. I know that might not make sense, but the musk that's used in here is a very similar musk to the one that you would get in like white musk by the Body Shop. So it's super clean, so crisp. It has a refined quality about it, and it's so easy to wear as well. Now, I had the pleasure of sampling Juliette Has a Gun's lineup at a very popular boutique in Soho in Manhattan, and immediately I fell in love with Not a Perfume. I even ordered a bottle for my mother online, and she's been wearing that one nonstop. And I have a coworker, Darlene, who you've actually seen in my videos, and she wears Sunny Side Up, and it smells fantastic on her. The only thing about Juliette Has a Gun's releases is that I thought a lot of them leaned feminine, and this one is totally unisex, so I really appreciate that about this fragrance. It has the citrus in the opening, which is akin to the alcoholic drink after which it's named, but it also has this musky presence about it that is really intoxicating, and it keeps me going back back to this fragrance, and I think it's really interesting, and it's used very nicely in this blend. I had a few people try this out. I've been wearing it for the past few days now, and I've thoroughly been enjoying it, and it lasts for a very long time. So as a fresh scent, you don't really expect it to go beyond that 5 or 6 hour mark, but this is one that definitely exceeded that, and I think it's because of those lesser volatile ingredients that are used in the base. And I think they did a really good job with this one. So I am thoroughly enjoying this one. Thank you once again for sending it to me. Let's go ahead and finish things up with my overall assessment. In terms of the uniqueness in the overall smell, it is a unique fragrance because it utilizes some familiar ingredients, but it kind of transforms them into a new blend, which I really do appreciate. As far as the overall smell, it's going to be incredibly pleasant. It's not going to offend anybody. It's a fantastic fragrance for the spring and the summer, as long as you like musky scents. Now, I know musk is not listed as a note, and I keep going back to it. I do get musk from this one, but it gives off a very pleasant aura and a very pleasant vibe about it. In terms of the longevity, it's not going to last you 12 plus hours. You know, it is a fragrance that contains a lot of lighter notes about it, but I did get a solid 7 to 8 hours from it, which is really awesome. Projection is solid for the first 2 hours. It becomes a skin scent at like the 7-hour mark, and then right about that 8-hour mark, it completely dies out. Versatility on this one, it's incredibly versatile. Because of the performance and how good it is, I think you can wear it when the weather gets colder. I wouldn't wear this one in the winter, and because of the compositional nature, it's perfect for the spring and summer, especially for the summer. Anybody of any age can wear this one. Anybody of any sex can wear this one. Like I mentioned earlier, I think it's completely unisex. And as far as the presentation goes, I think it's pretty cool. I like what they did with the copper cap, the story behind it. I think it's pretty awesome. And my final verdict on this one is I really enjoyed the scent. I think it's a wonderful scent. I have such an easy time recommending it because it doesn't offend people. It doesn't smell explicitly feminine. It's so easy to wear, and the price point on this one is fair as well. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in. That was my review of Moscow Mule by the company Juliette Has a Gun. If you like the alcoholic drink, I think it's definitely worth it checking out this scent. I don't really get like a boozy component from it. Perhaps a little bit in the opening attributed to those aroma molecules that are being utilized in the base, but it smells more musky to me than anything else, and I really do enjoy that about this scent. Also, please don't forget to enable notifications by clicking on the bell. This way you never miss any of my future content, and that includes top 10s, giveaways, reviews, unboxings, special guests, and a whole lot of other fragrance-related content. Thanks again for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next episode. Take care.